Welcome to BRUNOPALOOZA here on the Mythos Mystery Society, brought to you by Schmuckies. It ain't a Bruno, it ain't a Schmuckies. Oh.
It should be brought to you by your mom.
Hey, screw you!
Just throw it out there. I mean,
we're coming hot off the tails of a paranoia game, so we're all pretty lubed up.
You just gotta say it.
it has begun.
With that, Ty's running this one, and I'll throw it over to him.
Hi, I'm Ty. You can find me at Ballroom Brawler on Twitter, on the side, as well as Dice Priory on Tuesdays, where we have started a new Monster of the Week campaign, where both Chris and Maria are playing. Just started. The episodes are on YouTube if you want to catch up. And tonight, I will be the handler running Operation BLACKSAT, Delta Green Module Adventure. And I'll throw it over to Maria.
Hi, that's me. I'm Maria. You can find me at HappyCapster on the Twitter sphere, as well as here and Dice Priory in said Monster of the Week shenanigans. Tonight, should I say who I'm playing?
Yeah.
Cool. Tonight I'm playing Kay Belton, who is, if I recall, the Jump Master. Which is real cool, and I'll know exactly what that is.
You are. That's actually in this Discord chat. If you guys need to see what that's about.
Sweet. That's me.
And your full title is Lieutenant Commander Kay Belton, Mission Specialist.
That's me.
Hello, I'm Jason. I was just in the last game, and I'm going to show up in every game. You can find me as Takudler, and I am Major Donovan Macmillan, the pilot.
Hi, my name is Chris. You can find me here playing right now. And
whoa!
Wow! Find me here right now. And tomorrow I'll be running some wrestling. So join us for some wrestling, and then of course on Dice Priority doing Monsters of the Week. What's my job?
Your title.
I don't have it anywhere.
You are Captain Hamlet, Mission Specialist.
I'm Captain Hamlet, Mission Specialist.
Hi, my name's Dave. I was going to do a joke where I chug all that, and then it immediately went down into my lungs first. So I'm not doing it. I am playing as Dylan Turner, the flight surgeon.
I'm Dave's brother. I'm Tom. I'm playing Commander Jack Hooper tonight, and other things I'm doing. I'm publishing a book in October, and called "In the Orbit of Sirens," and you can look that up under any social media platform as T.A. Bruno author. So there you go. There's my plug.
Our story begins in the early around 2010, the early 2010. The astronauts have been training for a satellite repair mission for 18 months. The schedule and the purpose have been opaque. This indicates a secret mission, which is not all that unusual. Early one morning, you each receive a call from Paul Scalzo, an NASA administrator, asking to meet at 0800 at the Launch Control Center conference room. Scalzo's familiar voice sounds unusually worried. He does not give details, insisting that everything will be explained in the briefing. You'll go to the launch center on a small bus, and that's where we will start our story, with all 5 of you on this bus. And you have trained together for the past 18 months, for over a year. You're all extremely familiar with each other. Do you say anything on the way?
None of us utter a word. No, I'm kidding.
Earbuds in, and is just looking out the window.
We are a team, and that is it. That is the family. We are going to function in our facilitative jobs and nothing else. There is no time for chit-chat on this secret mission. I'm saying all this, by the way. I'm reminding everybody every day. We do not chit-chat. We don't have fun here. We do good work. That's what's important. God bless America. Fucking goddamn.
I lean over to the captain after his epic speech. Hey, Commander, you doing all right, man? You feeling all right? You seem a little on edge.
It's okay. I'm all right. You don't need to ask me anything, buddy. Friend, you're my best friend, Dan. I'd never,
That's
never suspect you anything.
I trust you.
Yeah.
Obviously, I live my life. That's why I'm on your team. I just, since your divorce, you just seem a little off.
No,
You
I
all
know.
right, man?
Yeah, it's okay. I see it with obvious pain in my.
I'm all right.
As Captain Hopper or Commander Hopper brushes off the
That's Hooper.
Hooper brushes off the attempt about his motions. You arrive at conference room C. You see Skazlo talking to Colonel Aaron Woolrich. He's a familiar Air Force officer. Woolrich has overseen parts of your training, appearing from time to time, but has never directly interacted with any of it. There are also two men in unadorned jumpsuits who sit glumly at the table as well. One is chubby-cheeked and looks like he's about to vomit. His jumpsuit is stretched over bulging thighs and a swollen belly. The other is scarecrow thin, thinning white hair and a deeply seamed face. His expression is resigned. Skazlo introduces Colonel Wilrick, and you see this man. He was wearing shades, like rectangular sunglasses. He's got neatly combed black hair, parted on one side, and he's wearing a black blazer and suit. Yes, Mr. Turner, Mr. Belton, Mr. McMillan, Mr. Hamlet, and yes, Mr. Hooper. Thank you all for joining me here. And he gives you all a firm handshake as he does.
Does he outrank me?
Yes. Both he salutes back.
I was expecting a no, so I joked.
No. Both Skazlo and Woolrich. Yeah, Woolrich is a colonel.
Okay. Colonel.
It is a pleasure to be working with all of you on this mission. This is Mr. Bruce Weintraub, and points to the chubby-cheeked man. And this is Mr. Pierce O'Neill, and points at the very thin one. They're going to be read onto BLACKSAT, and so everything may be discussed freely among them. This is your mission. There is a classified United States defense satellite in orbit, codenamed BLACKSAT. It needs repair and recalibration. You are to escort Weintraub or O'Neill as an alternate on a covert shuttle flight to the satellite, so they can effect that repair and recalibration. BLACKSAT's orbital height is 523 kilometers, and it is moving at 7 kilometers per second. Mr. McMillan, your mission is to guide the craft into a close and synchronized orbit where Belton and Hamlet can escort Weintraub or O'Neill to the satellite. You cannot bring the satellite into the bay or use the shuttle remote arm. Techniques and technologies that you will use, or that they will use, are classified separately from BLACKSAT. You all are not cleared for those. The shuttle will be loaded with 3 manned maneuvering units, or MMUs, to allow one of these civilians to maneuver under escort by the 2 mission specialists. Repairs begin in 5 days. Liftoff is in 48 hours. Are there any questions?
Plenty, but I'm not gonna get him.
Why is that one so fat and that one so skinny?
The one who looks fat looks up and frowns a little bit, and the one
pointing at Woolrich.
I'm kidding.
It isn't saying anything. They both look sad. One starts over his mouth. I assume because of poor lifestyle choices.
Okay, well, why is that one fat? Now I point at Weintraub.
They are not astronauts, as you know. They are civilians.
I haven't been around a fat person in 43 years.
It's
Are
blowing.
there any other
What a
questions?
weird character arc.
He's so ingrained in the military that he's just, I've never seen anything that didn't look like a
I've never seen
soldier."
anything like it.
Oh my god.
I meant, why isn't he like, you said he was like, he looked injured, didn't he?
No.
Did I hear that
It
wrong?
looked like he wanted
Oh.
to vomit.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
you want on it, yeah.
Are you? I'm gonna actually raise my hand and be like, "Are you feeling okay, sir?" I'm a surgeon, so if you need assistance,
Weintraub looks nervously at Woolrick for a second, who gives him a nod and then looks back to you. I'm just very nervous about the whole mission. I'm just not. And like pats his brow. I've never been in space before.
It's terrifying.
it is terrifying, but you'll be fine.
What?
You're with a bunch of professionals. We'll get you through this. It's scary at first, but you'll get used to it, and it'll be quite exciting.
Or you
Space
won't
is
get used to it
nothing.
and you'll just die.
Space is great. Can't wait to go
I
back.
just kind of like, no, it's gonna be just fine. We've been to space hundreds of times, and we've
know
all
what's-
come back a bunch of times.
You know what's worse than space? Divorce.
Alright.
I just Dylan
okay.
just kind of like looks around and sweats, just like, oh boy, I don't want to go to space with these people.
Weintraub does say, I do have a bit of fibromyalgia, but I control it with medicine.
Why are we bringing
Thankfully,
these
gravity
civilians?
will not. It'll be fine.
Woolrick, by hearing Macmillan, because they are cleared for the information to repair the shuttle that you all are not.
Excuse me, is there any reason we aren't, considering space is not necessarily like going to Germany or anything like that? Like, it's a pretty dangerous place to go. Is there any reason that we can't know how to do this, or why?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, oh, okay.
Well, here, Colonel. I'm glad there's a
If
reason.
there's a more elite team than us, sir, I'd like to be on that team. Can
So
I?
one more time?
If there's a more elite team than the one we're on, sir, I'd like to be on that team.
What are you trying to say, Dan?
Nothing. When was the last time you talked to your ex-wife, by the way? Is she all right?
Jane is fine.
Good.
I don't want to.
So is there a more
fine.
elite team for me to be a part of? I want to be top of the top.
You all are the most elite team for this mission to take these two safely into space.
Is that
So
good
they-
enough for your Dan?
Their mission.
I hope. For now. That's all.
Anything else? Or I will
Like-
leave you to.
Dylan is basically just like, you could tell he wants to ask questions but can't. He decides he just doesn't want to because he's just going to get that's classified as an answer.
All right, with that, you have 48 hours, and you each have some assignments to do before liftoff. Best of luck. I will be on comms. And he turns heel and walks out of this room.
I look around at everybody else and I just get up and I start to leave too.
I turned to
Okay.
Dan. Dan, you really wanted to just leave? You just wanted to leave? Just
Yeah, Dan. You just wanted to leave, like Jane.
No, I'm ready to go. Let's take off. Now, I'm not leaving this team, but if there's someone more elite than us, I'm just wondering why I'm not at the top of the heap. Because
Maybe because you don't have the right stuff, Dan.
So we have 4
I
hours.
usually agree.
Are you gonna call Jane at all? See how she's doing? I mean, this is dangerous. This might be your last time in space, man.
Dan, why you bringing? Why
You're a
I'm
little obsessive over his ex.
I just want to make sure the captain's okay. You don't seem concerned at all. Gosh, what's your name again?
Donovan
My best friend from 18 months.
I already forgot your name.
Dan, listen. Me and
I might
Jane,
forget you out the window when I'm flying you up.
those windows better not open, Donovan. We talked about it. They don't roll down. I know you love the breeze in your hair because you ride a motorcycle on the weekends, but we can't do it in space. She's a cold mistress, just like an old somebody I used to know.
I'm gonna go. Dylan leaves the room.
No, stay around, Dylan.
Captain, we can get a beer. Let's get a beer. Me and you. Like we used to. You know?
All right, Dan. Like we
You all,
used to.
Yeah.
you all have a little bit of time to do personal things. However, for sure, Turner, you do have a specific mission. You will have to perform physicals. You can also take along either Hooper or Macmillan if you want something else, or you can do it by yourself. Both Hamlet and Belton will have to provide training for Weintraub and O'Neill about how to use these EVA suits.
Well, I'd probably do the physicals first, just to get them out of the way. Also, to make sure that I have plenty of time to come up with any medications that I might need to bring with me on the trip.
Okay. Are you going to have anyone do these physicals with you, or just by yourself?
I mean, I feel that it's not like I'm doing a physical for like 100 people. I could probably manage it on my own.
Okay. We will start with you. The only two people during this, you have 48 hours, who have a little bit of time to do whatever they want, is Macmillan and Hooper. If you have anything specific you want to kind of think about that while we start with Turner. Turner, you are in your medical facilities. Their files for both Weintraub and O'Neill are a sea of redacted information, filled with black marks, omissions, and deletions. Nevertheless, both men showed moderate nausea during the simulated zero-gravity tests on the quote-unquote Vomit Comet, a jetliner officially named the Weightless Wonder. By flying in challenging up and down parabolas like a roller coaster track, the plane provides 25 seconds of free fall at the top of the arc, paid for by 40 seconds of almost double gravity, and then it starts again. Typical flight repeats 50 times. O'Neill and Weintraub are marginally less than most to become space sick. However, the news is about to get worse. I need you to roll a medicine check.
Roll for physicals. Turn and cough. I got a 74 out of 80, so I got it.
Okay. Upon first looking at O'Neill, who is once again the thin scarecrow man, he's in decent physical shape for a casual smoker in his 60s.
Balls like an ox.
However,
Yoked.
He's got the right stuff.
He's got the right stuff.
Wearing his jeans.
You have to punch his balls to get him to cough.
However, he is the worst physical specimen you have ever examined for NASA. His blood pressure is 155 over 100, which is alarming. His lung capacity is dismal, and there's a real chance, about 50-50, of the blood vessels in his eyes rupturing under the force of takeoff. The odds of him suffering a fatal heart attack are likely 1 in 10, less than the 1 in 5 odds you estimate of him having a massive embolism.
Ooh.
On your successful roll, you also reveal there is electrical activity in his brain, and it's more intense than unusual, and also far more regular. It's almost rhythmic.
Huh. Well, that's probably part of the reason he's classified, but I'll make sure I bring some blood thinners for the trip. And some other medications to help with his, blood pressure.
He's also around, too, if you have any questions to specifically ask. He's like...
So I'm, looking through the paperwork, being a goddamn doctor. So we noticed, and, feel free to tell me that this information's classified, but, there's unusual electrical activity going on in your brain. Is there any way you can explain what that is?
You see him smile a little bit, and he's got, a wide smile for such a gaunt face. Oh, that's from my work on BLACKSAT and related projects. It's regulated my neural activity as a side effect of certain esoteric meditation processes.
Okay.
When you scan old Bruce's brain, it'll probably be the same, if not more so.
I love this character. This is a new voice. He just kind of goes, oh, okay. I mean, space has done some weird things to a human body before, so I'm not entirely shocked at this information, but that is very interesting. Do you know if anybody's writing any papers about it? Because that's fascinating.
Not for regular eyes.
Maybe I'll be the first. And then there is a very real possibility that the rest of you is not in the best condition. You are a civilian after all. Is there any medications that your doctor has suggested that you take that I can make sure that I bring with me on my trip?
Well, there's only one, but I don't think I can bring it to space. And he pulls out a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, no, that's bad for you. As a doctor, I can tell you. Your prescription is not that, but I will bring nicotine patches for you if you'd like.
His eyes light up. Oh, you're very kind. And he nods to you and gets dressed as you prepare for your next
to get dressed. This is my dark secret. No. So, okay, cool.
Okay, we'll go to Macmillan. Macmillan, are you doing anything during these 48 hours you have to prep? Since you are technically second in charge next to Hooper, is there anything you have more free time than the rest?
Oh. I'm gonna look at Hooper and see if he wants to go over any kind of details, plans.
Am I there, or was I getting a beer with Dan?
Yeah, we're gonna do a kind of interspersed. That can be at a different time.
Okay. All right. Well, we're bringing civilians, so they're gonna need magazines and like a TV or video games. What do the kids play? How old are these people anyway? I only saw how big they were. But I've seen big kids before too, you know.
I think the one guy was in his 60s.
Oh, jeez, he's old. All right.
So we might want to bring some body bags and barf bags.
Jesus Christ. You're going to want to bring 2 for Weintraub.
And with that, we
That's what we should say. Riveting stuff.
after that regrettable choice of letting you talk, we back to we shift it back to Weintraub's physical. O'Neill's status as the worst specimen Dr. Turner ever examined for NASA is short-lived. Despite being 15 years younger, Bruce Weintraub edges him out. His hypertension is marginally less debilitating. His blood pressure is 145/95, but he's carrying an extra 40 pounds. He has throat scarring, typical of a chronic esophageal reflux. His asthma is alarming, and his lower spine is in terrible shape. He doesn't have the full house of symptoms from a sedentary lifestyle and poor eating habits, but he has more than enough to disqualify him from shuttle launch. It would be remiss of anything other than you giving him a medical decline. And you can roll medicine, too, if you want to.
I will. Ooh, 85 out of 80, so I failed.
That's about all you get.
Okay. Is there... and now I know...
Voice. How does it look, Doc?
It doesn't look good. Tell me, have you been on any vacations lately, or, like, done any extraneous activity that would give me faith that you can do a mission like this?
I went fishing on the near the Galapagos.
You sat on a boat. Well, okay. How big was what was the biggest fish you caught?
A little skipper about this wide.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ride him up into the oil.
As a doctor, I cannot recommend that you go on this mission. I don't think it would be safe for you. However, there is classified information. Is there anything you can do or say to give me faith that, despite your medical record, you would be safe on this mission?
Roll a charisma check.
Nice! I got it anyway. I got a 46 out of 60. Technically out of 80.
Okay, yeah. You were asking about what would give him...
What would give me faith that he can medically survive this mission?
He looks to you and he says, well, I don't know if I could... I mean, I'm hoping for the best, but I can tell you, me and only make of 50% of the people on this Earth who can repair that satellite.
Okay. Can you tell me... now, I don't think you can actually make this up as a character, but can you tell me of any allergies that you might have? Maybe I can recommend a couple medications to bring with me to help you along on this trip.
I am allergic to banana. Terribly.
Okay, well, there's no medicine made out of bananas, so I think we're safe there. And we'll make sure to not pack bananas. Are you allergic to all forms of vegetables and fruits?
Just banana.
Okay, good. You look... Okay. Okay, I need you in the next 48 hours to get on a treadmill and just test yourself a little bit, just to see if you're fine. Otherwise, I am going to say that you might be a safety hazard. I do worry about your health, but it sounds like you're needed for this mission, so I can't necessarily give you a medical decline. But I'm going to strongly suggest that in the next 48 hours you try to exercise as much as humanly possible.
And with that, we'll do your drinking scene later. We're going to cut to training, because this is physical exercise with Dan Hamlet and Kay Belton. You must give these two civilians a crash course on spacesuits and extravehicular activity. EVAs. The EVA training occurs in a massive swimming pool. Trainees will get into mock-up MMUs, manned mobility units, a heavy, clumsy, semi-rigid technological marvel that fits over a spacesuit. You get in it, put on the helmet, and move around submerged and approximate the feeling of microgravity. And you will have to roll anytime you do it because the joints are stiff, the gloves clumsy, and the visibility limited. The training regimen you both have come up with for Weintraub and O'Neill is bare bones, attempting operations like opening a hatch and going through it. O'Neill barely manages on his second try. Weintraub fails several times, begins complaining of shortness of breath, the panic rising in his voice. And that's where we start. We start with him in this pool, panicking, with both Dan and Kay. I can't breathe, I can't get out of here, I can't.
You're fine. You're fine. Really, you're okay.
Please! He's like, splashing water everywhere.
Stop.
Stop.
I'm like a drowning. What are you doing?
You're not you're literally not. You're fine. You're Dan.
Look, all right, I was top of my class, and I could transfer these skills to anyone, because I'm the best.
You sure are, Dan. Please
That's right.
do your best to get him out of the water.
And I put my foot, like, kind of on his head, and I keep pushing him into the water. Get back in there!
Please,
Or that.
Please, I can. He starts crying. He is, roll
That's not going to help you breathe.
Good, the emotional is what you needed to get through this. Come on! Fuck up, man.
Good cop,
Yeah.
bad cop as far as physical trainers go is new.
Oh, why don't you leave him alone? Says O'Neill, who's succeeded now is like sitting at the edge of the pool watching you bully his friend.
I'm not bullying him. This is great. This is good for you. You know, the water's great for your back. I know there's a lot of pressure, especially on your knees, and pretty much any joint you have. So,
roll a charisma persuade.
I don't know. They're both bad.
Water's great for
Charisma.
your joints.
Don't do it.
Space is great for your
Space
joints.
is great for your joints. There you go.
Kick you.
I'm rolling 66 out of 60.
That's a critical
No.
failure. The
Oh,
scene
hold on, I
ends
rolled
at-
one of the wrong dice. Well, that doesn't matter. This is
What did
fine.
you-
That's fine. We're
Wait.
just going.
What did you
Oh,
see?
The scene fades out as Weintraub starts bawling, curling up in a ball, and beginning to hyperventilate at the bottom of this pool.
Yeah.
And that was
closed. That's it.
yeah. That's it. That's it. Great.
Great.
You know, I thought I was going to get these guys killed because I didn't medically decline them, but now I feel a lot more confident in my ability to keep them alive.
We're
I
going
just want to emphasize, I threw like rubber bricks on him to like make him sink back to the bottom. Like, we're getting him in the water. He's gonna pass.
All right.